What's up, everybody? It's your boy Frowns. Man, we got another good one for y'all, man, for this Park and Spark. Today, I got a local legend, man. You might want to call him the King of the Rose. And just an all-around good brother, man. Full of resources, does great shit for the town, man. Everybody say what's up to the homie Smurf, man.
What up, brother?
What's up, bro?
Already, you know.
Man, I appreciate this greatly. Like,
Hey.
man, this to me, this is huge. You know what I'm saying? Because I've always had a great respect for you and all the things that you be doing for the town, man.
Right on, man.
So,
I appreciate it.
So yes, bro, this is gonna be great, you guys.
Park and Spark.
Yes, sir.
I couldn't do nothing but show up to Park and Spark.
Man, I know I've been hitting you up like, man, what you doing? What you doing? So, man, I'm glad, man. He got out here early with me, man, because, you know, busy man, got shit going on, man. I know he's got big things going on tonight, everybody. If you're
Sunday night.
Sunday night.
Sunday, because it's Sunday party.
That's right.
Yeah.
And it's
1 to 10.
1 to 10, and I'm gonna make sure that I post this motherfucker tonight, so you can see this and you can get out there. You know what I'm saying? Because it's packed full of heat, man. You want to tell them some of the cats that are gonna be there?
On the lineup, we got Jay Diggs gonna be on the lineup. We got Ryder J. Clyde. We got Fidel Castro, the Mexican Mac, Tilo, Memphis Mackey, Jay
Right.
Ryan,
Wow.
Young Mill. It's a list of good entertainers, man, that are gonna show up and rock out, man, and it's gonna be a beautiful event. And it's sponsored, you know, in part by PDX Hip Hop Week. And I'm glad that
Okay.
OG1 and Cool Nuts gave me a call and asked me to put this event together to close the week out, you know.
Yeah.
It's been a big week already.
Right.
So, you know, there's more events tonight, and Sunday's going to be the last day, and we're going to rock it out, man, and enjoy a lot of good Portland acts. You know, I think it might be like close to 200 acts altogether performing this week.
Yeah.
And we got 30 of them on our bill on Sunday. So it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be full of Portland. And, you know, mixed with a little Bay, a little L.A. But
nothing wrong with that.
It's Portland. And we even got some, my guy, Mac Money, he coming down out of Tacoma. So
Okay.
It's going to be a beautiful event. It's really, you know, a Northwest collaboration, man.
That's great, man. And that's great that you know, I see you, before we go, you know, start from the beginning and everything like we do. I want to say that I always notice that you're constantly reaching out to people, man.
That's one thing that I try to do, because for me, and just the way I grew up, see, I'm a single child, so by my mother, and I grew up with my grandmother. So for me, it was always about having a team. You know, I played every sport that you could play: baseball, football, soccer. You know, athletic. So having coaches and having teammates, I know, help build a good bond and bridges.
Right.
And bridges are very important when you're doing business, because that's one of the main things in networking is building good bridges.
You know what? That's absolutely right. And touching on that, artists, you know, building relationships, man, not only is about reaching out, but you gotta hold it down as a man. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause some people ain't gonna want to do business with you if you're out here doing that bullshit.
No,
You know what I'm saying? You can't be a risk out here. You gotta be bringing something to the table, man. And I know a lot of you guys are, and that's why I'm out here, man. Cause, like I said, man, I feel like we're getting really slept on, man. Especially with, I mean, shit, man. We should have been blown up, man. You done worked with everybody.
I definitely didn't work with everybody. I mean, you know, some of the people who I brought through here, just the Filthy Riches, the Chase Stallings, all the way with the Two Shorts, the Be Legits, you know, them is the people, the Juices, and a lot of it started with the Juice and my Frisco connection, because I got a lot of cousins in San Francisco.
That's when it started, Portland to Frisco?
That's when it started with Portland to Frisco, and then that's what led on with all the rest of the Bay coming through because of my Frisco connections.
That's a hit. That's a damn hit.
That's on there.
That's a damn
Portland to Frisco. And then if you ain't got it and you haven't heard it, go to Google and punch it in, Portland to Frisco.
Ooh.
And you're going to see Got 'Em. And then you're going to see the remix, Portland to Frisco.
DT got
with
off.
Measlini, the bankroll, before he became the messenger. He also be performing on Sunday.
He was on there too?
Yeah. They had a remix, him and Juice on Juice's album.
Okay.
But,
Shout out to Measlini, man.
Shout out Measy. You know, but he'll be performing also. He's going to be bringing some gospel in the building.
Yeah, respect.
The show also, I got R&B singers on there. We got gospel on there.
No doubt.
We got Latino music. You know, we got it's full of flavor on this Flavor Summer Jam.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Well, man, we're going to get back to that, man. Let's let these people, get to know you. You know what I'm saying? We all, like I was telling you before, we all know who the fuck you are, man. I don't think you can move around. I don't think you can move around here without anybody being like, hey,
Right.
So, were you born here in the town?
I'm born in Portland, Oregon. Born.
Yes.
Raised. I left out of here when I was about 18 years old. And the first time I actually really left on my own, I left with some cases that I was running from.
Mm-hmm.
And came back, turned myself in at 18. And from there, I've been kind of just traveling, doing different things. And it was always money motivated. However, whatever I was doing was always money motivated. Mm-hmm. And I always had a strong team around me.
Yeah.
So for me to be doing what I'm doing, how I've been doing, a lot of it has been not solely me. It's been my allies and my resources that have held me strong enough to stay in position to do these things.
Yeah. And I'll tell you, man, the shit you did was motivation for the town. It was motivation for me personally. Because, man, I was slapping Can't Be Caught. I was slapping Got 'Em. I was slapping all that, man. And some of that part made me want to rap.
I know that's right.
Real shit, man.
Right.
That Heavy on the Grind. That shit was so popping.
We had Heavy on the Grind popping. We did have that popping.
Hey, man.
I had from the video
that
to
was
everything.
so big for the town. It was like, man, I wish every summer looked like that out here.
Now, that's, I hope that we can get it back to that one day, to where maybe we can throw another beach blast. Flavor Summer Jam got the potential to do a lot of things if we get some more sponsors, if we get a few more hands in there, and the right people helping push it, and just make it a little bit bigger, so that we can maybe do another outdoor event. That would be nice, because that day out on the beach when we shot the Heavy on the Grind, I think we had close to like 4,000 people out there that day.
That shit was huge.
That's
what year was that?
We did that. We put 98. That was 98.
That was when I just got back from Florida.
When you first got back?
Yeah.
That 98, that 98, it was beautiful.
Yeah, man.
For hip hop, for PDX hip hop.
And that was a great album, man.
Right on, man. I appreciate it. We put a lot of work into that, and at the time, that thing was costing a lot of money for that particular time. I mean, just for the video cost $15,000 just to shoot the video. God. Nowadays, the videos, you can get a video for $300. Right. So just to even be in the rap game at that time was totally different than it is now. Anybody can just jump on there and throw something up on YouTube now.
And these motherfuckers have no idea.
They have no idea.
These young motherfuckers don't know. That's probably frustrating as hell, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hearing these motherfuckers tripping off $300 when you're like, bruh, I spent 15 racks on a fucking video back then.
Right.
Wow.
But, and it served its purpose because it's still being seen, it's still being shown. And it's like, it's history.
Yeah.
It's black.
It is.
It's black history if it ain't
That's
nothing
right.
else.
That's right.
That was one of the first signs for other people to look and say, oh, this is Portland.
Yeah.
Oh, Portland is kind of popping.
Right.
So I'm glad we was able to do that and represent the town the right way.
Hey, it's something you can look back on and be very proud of.
Thank you.
I feel proud when I'm like, man, look at, when I show people from out there, hey man, look at, you know what I'm saying? That's how we used to do it.
Right.
For real, man. So, man, what was some of your biggest influences growing up? Who was some of your biggest influences that got, you said you was raised by your mother. I was also raised by my mother. Shout out, Mom.
I know that's right.
Shout
out to my mom too. May she rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace, man. Besides your mom, who was some big influences, man?
A lot. Well, some of my bigger influence, because I was actually raised with my grandmother.
Okay.
Some of my bigger influence was, there was a dad on our block. He had 4 boys, and there was several people on my block that didn't have no dads in the home.
Okay.
Me and Lil Smurf was neighbors.
Okay.
So, a guy named Mr. Burrell lived on the block with us, who had the 4 boys. His door was always open to me and Lil Smurf. Any of the kids on the block that didn't have a father. So that was like our family.
That's real cool, man.
3 doors next to each other, but we was always at their house for morning, breakfast, dinner. He stayed with his auntie, who was way older. I stayed with my grandmother, who was way older. And we can go over there and hang out with Mr. Burrell's boys and have a father influence to the point to where He even came to our games, took us fishing, took us camping with him and his family.
Oh man, that's great.
And so we didn't lack not having any father figures around.
Mm-hmm.
And then my aunt, who was married to her husband, who'd been married 50 years, shout out to them. She took me in. So when I wasn't at grandma's house, I was at her house, and she has 3 boys. So I grew up with that family as well. And shout out to my cousin Mo, because I know you're going to watch the video. But they've been down with me the whole time. So in me building my company, Two Real Records, first things I did is I reached out to my 2 cousins. They both was at Southern Oregon College at the time, playing football. Okay. So my first trips from Portland, after I started this rap thing, was to Southern Oregon. First shows I did in Southern Oregon was 1998. We did Medford, we did Southern Oregon, not Eugene, but Medford and Albany.
Okay.
So we kicked that off. And that was our connection to be able to promote all through Oregon, the Gotham music.
Really?
Now, I was the CEO of the label. One of them was co-CEO. The other one was head of marketing.
Okay.
Both of them ended up with degrees. So this was the stability of the company. And then we went and hired an attorney, Jim Swisher. Shout out Jim Swisher.
I be telling these cats, get an attorney, man.
And brought him on. Had him kind of put all the contracts together, along with a guy named Mike T out of Minnesota. Okay. And Mike T was going to Portland State, graduate of Portland State. So on the label, with us owning it, I had 4 college graduates, and I was the face of the label.
Whew.
So this is how the company was ran. You know, so
hey man, who gave you the idea for all that, man? Someone had to put you up on game, man.
Well, what it was is I was moving fast, and I wanted some stability. I knew that eventually, for the lifestyle that I was living, I might not be able to see the fruits of the labor.
Yeah.
And I knew that with the stability, if I wasn't around, I couldn't do it. At least the thing could still move on and keep going and be strong, because I knew I had the right people in there. It was family oriented, and we had an attorney who knew all the paperwork and all the language.
Wow, that's some game. That's some real game right there. That's taking business real serious.
When you spend your money and your money's tied up, and you're thinking of how you gonna take care of your kids and feed your family if you're not around, I was really planning for the future with started this music.
You got to, and that's what every move I make, that's what I say I'm doing it for. It's for the fam, man.
But now, 20 years later, of me putting out PDX Hip Hop, I didn't think I would be here doing this in 20 years. So it's been a blessing, The Lord definitely has blessed me to be able to be in position to sit here and do this and talk about Portland and Portland's hip hop scene, as well as how the black community has survived and is thriving off of music. People are getting paid. We are getting checks, and they might not be no big checks, but we getting checks, and there's a couple people that didn't hit big and got some $1 million checks. And shout out to all y'all that didn't got the million.
For sure.
Mine on the way. I ain't got there just yet, but I didn't touch a lot of money in the last 20 years off this rap.
I see it coming. Shit should have happened already. The way I see it.
Yeah, definitely.
Because this is another thing that made me really have a lot of respect for your hustle and your business mind. It's that you got all these resources, and you never are selfish with them.
No. One thing that I know, there's been a lot of people that then came and they then took something off the table and ran with the food, right?
Okay.
There's so much on the table that when you take something and you run with it, you can't come back and get no more.
Right.
And so it's hard to get back in when after you've taken, because I give people enough rope to hang themselves with.
Right.
There's 2 things you can do.
You can pull
it, and we can pull together, or you can hang yourself and be asked out, and we done. Mm-hmm. And I give you that option because my resources are not going to change, because I'm not going to put myself in a position where I got enough to look that I can lose that I can't afford to lose.
I do that too. That's funny, man. Because the way I see it, when with me and my friends or the people I do business with, I'm not gonna give you a reason to mess me over. So if you do it, man, it's done, bruh.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's not because I'm petty or whatever. It's because I'm grown.
Yeah.
And we don't got time for other grown people to be playing with this shit.
Not at all. Not at all.
So yeah, man, that's really cool, man. Do you want to give any tips to anybody on Because, man, I don't know how you do it, man. You know what I'm saying? I see it with everybody, and it's like, I know, me, I'm not afraid to ask. I'll ask until, you know what I'm saying, till you say no.
Right.
And then it's like, oh, okay, all right. Because, I know people are busy and they got shit going on. Do you have any tips for anybody that might want to, do some business with like a bigger name that they may feel like, man, they may not even pay me no attention?
These are some of the things I've done. So I went to prison. I wasn't in prison. I was in the county jail from 1998 to 2000, and 2001 actually. And when I got out, first thing I did, South by Southwest was coming up.
Okay.
I got a plane ticket to South by Southwest. I didn't even have no room or nothing.
Okay.
I took one of my producers with me. Got him a plane ticket. We flew to Texas. Got off in Texas at South by Southwest. No room, no nothing. We get to where the music convention is at. We got our suitcases. We ain't gonna know where we're gonna lay our head at. We here to make contacts, right, and try to get off, slang some of these beats.
Grind time.
All in the same time. We bump into my guy Mo Green. He out of Las Vegas. Shout out Mo Green. Mo Green's still on the scene. He's still doing his thing. Him and his group was 420 and the West Side Kent folks. And he asked me where I was staying and what I had going on. I said, man, we ain't got no room or nothing. He took me and my producer into his room. They had like 2 rooms. They had some more passes to the South by Southwest because we didn't have no passes or nothing.
Wow.
They gave us passes for the next 2 days because they was leaving. And they left us in their room for 2 days with the passes. And we made sure that we cleaned up the room. We made sure that the room was spotless when we left. We didn't leave no smudge on his name. But in them 2 days, met Beyonce, met Scarface, met Lil Flip, and this was the sacrifice that we made to be a part of hip-hop, and that's one thing
right there
that you might have to do if you really want to make that connection. You might have to go lay outside where you know he gonna be at or she gonna be at, and get at them face to face. Instagram, that's a new form of getting at them, but ain't nothing like being in person.
That's right. And that's another perfect example of the universe providing for you, because when you out there doing that, your mind is stayed focused on the prize, and that's bumping shoulders or bumping elbows with these greats, man, that are up there, man. We're all trying to get up that hill.
Yeah, most definitely. And that show is August the 25th, Sunday, August 25th, Fuegos and How Lounge. We got 2 lounges. They're in the same parking lot. We also got a car show. If you got a nice whip, you got a nice bike, you got a donk, bring it out, park it in front of the spot, the club, and the entry fee, if you want to put your car in, is $45. We got trophies. We got a 2-day stay in Las Vegas free, and you can walk from both lounges for the price of $45 with your car in a car show. Other than that, to get into the event is $20 to get into the event. But it's going to be a nice event, man.
That ain't nothing to see all this greatness.
Nothing at all. Diggs going to get out there, do it moving. Ryder, the mile figure. Yeah. He going to be there. it's going to be lit. That's what I am going to say.
I know y'all became close, man. You and Ryder.
Well, see again. I got a cousin in San Francisco, and he put out the first Mob Figure album. Him and Sibo did.
Right.
He actually bought the album from Bo, and then he put it out under Get Paid.
Okay.
So he had Juice over there as well as the Mob Figures. So all their first tours, a lot of their first tours was Juice, the Mob Figures. Then Killer Tay got on. They did the Bullets with Figures.
Yeah.
So that's why me and Tay got a good relationship. Shout out Killer Tay.
Shout out Killer Tay, man. Come get that interview, nigga.
Hey, for sure.
I messaged you, nigga.
Yeah, did you hit him up? Yeah, right. Now,
yeah, man. Much love to him, man.
Even when I got out, Tay came and stayed with me for a week. He said, "Cuz, I'm gonna help you get back on your feet. This is 2000."
Mm-hmm.
I said, "Well, what you gonna do?" He said, "Man, I'm gonna come stay with you for a week," and he did. And he said, "We're gonna go to the studio. When I leave here, I'm gonna leave you with about 6 verses, and I'm gonna leave you with a song."
Mm-hmm.
This is where I came with my double jeopardies and my guilty till proven innocence with Killer Tay on there, because he didn't charge me a dime. He gave it to me and said, "Mama, bless you. You just got home. You beat the case.
Wow.
Do whatever you want to do with these verses. Sell them. Put some money on your feet so you can get back to the game, man, and do what you do, Smurf." That was love.
Major respect.
Yeah.
We need that out there, man.
And that came from.
It's a solid brother, man.
That part of that came from, there was a situation in Portland that we was getting into with some other cats out of California, and Tay had a song called P.O.P.O. Okay. And so everybody was trying to say that he was talking about Portland, and he wasn't talking about Portland. He was talking about the police. Mm-hmm. So that clarified that, because I've never said it on an interview or live, but he wasn't talking about Portland. He was talking about the police.
That's what's
up.
And
so to watch that and get all the way right, Tay came back around and said, man, you my people. Mm-hmm. We fuck with the same people. You know, let me come out there and get it right with you. And so that's what we did. And I appreciate him for that, because that was one of my major marks after I beat the federal case of getting back home and getting into the music, was being able to say I had some Killer Tay. What can we do? How can we barter? How can we exchange? Bro helped put me back in. Mm-hmm.
That's great. That's greatness. Now, I also, from observing, I see that you got a real strong tie to Kansas City, man.
Yeah.
How did that come about?
So this is how the whole Kansas City thing came about. Again, me and Tay had a cool relationship. And I don't even think, Tay don't even know, but me and Tay had a cool relationship. I did Tay, I did Looney. And
shout out to Coleon.
Shout out my nigga Looney Coleon. And at one of the Looney shows, he came, the place was sold out, it was packed. And all he got to say was one word. It's Looney Coleon. Mm-hmm. And that was it.
Everybody go crazy.
It went, it was a shootout and all that bad
stuff. Oh,
no. And so bro only got to say one word. The host, he never got a chance to perform.
It went like that?
It went like that.
Damn.
And so I told Looney, I said, when you leave, the next show you do, I want to come with you. He said, no, man, no problem. You get the plane tickets, and I'll let you know, and I'll have y'all on the bill. Me and Meezy flew to Kansas City. When we flew to Kansas City, we went and rocked out in Kansas City. Dipset was on the bill. Dude named Big Bear, Looney. The bill was packed at a place called Shooters in KC, and this was 01. And little bro, Aaron, was playing for the Jayhawks, Kansas Jayhawks. So we went over there and watched him play, and then we had a show later that night. So coming out of Portland, that was a big move.
That's big.
And I've been going to Kansas City ever since then. That's since 01.
Wow.
And bringing Kansas City cats out here.
Yeah.
Shout out Lambeau Lace. Shout out Pittsburgh Filthy. Mm-hmm. Kool-Aid. J.A. F.A. All my niggas in KC that I've been fucking with. Rich the Fact. I got Rich the Factor on some stuff. Mm-hmm. I've been fucking with Rich since early in the 90s. So real, like they say, the Wellers, when Wellers connect, the Northwest Wellers, I'm a part of all of that, man. I do all that because the grind that we've been putting in for the last 20 years has been consistency.
That's right.
And if you got consistency, you usually got action that winning it, as long as you're consistent and you show up.
That's a good game. Pay attention.
You ain't got to be the best. You got to be consistent.
That's right. That's right. Longevity, man.
Longevity count. And then on the Ryder thing, because I never touched on the Ryder thing, but this is how me and Ryder got close. I'm the first person to fly the mob figures out to Bay to do a show. And they was young back then. Because, again, this is 98.
I remember. I remember when they came to the Roseland.
I'm in jail fighting my federal case when I throw the show. Mm-hmm. So they like, damn, you in jail, you fighting the case, you still throwing shows from jail. Mm-hmm. I threw the show. I got Ryder, I bought a verse from Ryder. And then I put my guy, may rest in peace, Neighborhood 60, Dead End, Lil G on the song. In peace. And you can hear it on the Guilty Till Proven Innocent. And I put him on there. And then Ryder and Lil G bonded, because Lil G, like I say, he was in a wheelchair. Ryder bonded to him. Ryder started staying in Lil G house, while I was in jail. And then when I got out of jail, I hooked back up with Ryder. And from then on, it just been me and him doing business. He said, Smurf, look, you were the first people that flew me out of there. Out of that, that California. It was tough. And I was young. I got all the respect for you in the world. So whatever you need me to do, let me know. Give me a heads up, and I'm going to be there for you. And from then on, he done everything that he said he was going to do, and some, for me.
That's what's up, man. Like he said, y'all, you stay consistent. You stay you stay willing to help out the next man, like the universe is gonna provide for you, man.
Yes, it will.
And this brother here, man, he gives back. And you deserve all the respect out here for that, man. You know what I'm saying? That's real talk. You know, amongst all the greats in Portland, man, you're definitely one of them.
Right on, man. I appreciate it. And, you know, and it's never easy when you doing business because you're going to have a lot of competition when you're doing business. But for me, I'm not competing with nobody.
You don't even come off that way.
I got my own lane,
but
my
you
own
don't.
thing.
That's what
Right.
makes it so cool, man. You know, like I said, you're not selfish with your resources, man. You're always willing to give up some game to cats to make them do better because it's all for the town, man. And the community's real small.
Very small community.
So it starts there, man. Be there, be present, and you know what I'm saying. And be consistent, man, like the man says, y'all.
See that now? I'm more so now about just want to get something back to keep hip hop going, definitely, but just the youth, you know. I got kids in different states, and a couple of them in college. They trying to be one. Like I talked to her yesterday. She said, "Hey, Dad, I think I'm gonna go to the Army," and that was new to me that she said she's gonna go to the Army, and I think I'm gonna go to the Army. But I'm gonna go that way they can pay for my school for me to be a doctor. I've been knowing she want to be a doctor, so. But that was just a great plan that she just told me. I'm gonna go to the Army, have to pay for the education. I can be a doctor, and I can still do what I need to do. Come back with benefits from the Army as well as my doctor money.
Wow.
So you know, and
that's a real plan right there.
And she go to Georgia University. My other daughter, she graduated this December coming up from Kennesaw State. So
hey, all right.
I'm practicing this from within the home. You know, home first.
That's some good dad shit right there, man. Good job, you guys. Congratulations.
We working. And all this come from putting out albums, putting on shows, and networking, pushing this music. You know, music is one thing, and then I want people to know that a lot of what you see is it's entertainment. Don't take the music as this is how people really live in their lifestyle. This ain't how people really live in their lifestyle. A lot of what I rap about is not how what my kids are doing. It might have been what I've seen or what I've done in the past, but this ain't how I'm raising my kids to live. Right.
That's right. I'm gonna call this part 1 because you know I'm finna harass you for a part 2, man. There's a lot of good game, man. You want to tell them any new projects you got coming out?
We got right now. I got out with King of the Rose. It's fairly new. We put it out about 2 months ago. Volume 1. We got Mozzie on there. TS, may he rest in peace. He on there.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, I got Fidel Castro. I'm on there myself. Smurf Luchiano, the Mexican Mac, D Slick, Y Sick, Mr. Fab. It's a host of people on there. I can't even remember the names that's on there. So many people on there, and such a good project. You know that if you get a chance, you listen to it. It's quality. Other than that, we got the Rat Poison 2 coming out, which is Ryder J. Clyde and Fidel Castro.
Oh,
and then I got a Kings of I-5 project that we're gonna drop.
Okay.
So I want to make sure that we got all the kings on there.
Yeah.
You can be a king or a queen. You know, I want to make sure I got the right ones on there repping this I-5.
Yeah.
You know,
keep me posted, man, and you know I'll put that on my platform as well.
There we go.
We got to keep that going.
There we go. We're gonna make it big, so that way again we can have more bridges and we connect, throw a tour with the Kings of I-5.
Yeah.
And everybody get a look.
That's right. That's right.
You know.
Thank you, family. Hey, man. Tell them what it is. It's Park and Spark, boy.
Park and Spark.
I got the motherfucking king up here, man. We smoking. Right. It's still relatively early, man. I'm about to go get out here, man. Keep this shit moving. Thank you so much.
Yes, most definitely. Thank you for having me on. To the Records, Roseville, Moneybag Boy, Smurf Luchiano.
And you guys look down in the description because I'm gonna put all kinds of shit in there, man, so you can get to all the stuff that he's got going on.
Gangsters on the move. Got him.
That's right.
Free one more. He'll be home real soon.
Free him. Free the man. Free the body. And free your bitch. No, I'm playing. Hey. Much love to y'all, man. Park and Spark. Smurf Luchiano, man.
Yeah.
Much love.
something. I'm really real, you bluff. I'm really outside her. All I know is do me, running for the cheese, never get enough. Send a bitch to Kentucky. All I do is count mine. Nigga, fuck being broke. Nigga, fuck being broke. I'ma get it out of town. Half a pound for the load. Nigga, fuck being broke. Nigga, fuck being broke. If she wanna be with me, then she gotta give me dough. Life made a nigga crazy. I'ma go get a baby. Raised up in the jacks, don't be mad, how this shit made me. Rest in peace to my pops. I do this shit for my baby. I be coming too wavy. You gon' really need a name. They try to stop us, try to top us. Watch me go and get a bag. Ball man on my ass. God chasing the fast lane. When it caught me a whole thing, just as soon as the cash came. Bitch, I'm a true hustler. I turn nothing into something. Stay down for the karma. Now a nigga count commas. Engineer, I record you. Need a beat, no problem. Get it in all kind of ways, 7 incomes, I promise. I'ma count 100 million. Put that on mama. Hey, a true hustler. Turn nothing into something. I'm really real, you bluff. I'm really outside her. All I know is do me, running for the cheese, never get enough. Send a bitch to Kentucky. All I do is count mine. Nigga, fuck being broke. Nigga, fuck being broke. I'ma get it out of town. Half a pound for the load. Nigga, fuck being broke. Nigga, fuck being broke. If she wanna be with me, then she gotta give me dough.
Rola chingona sin mucho perico. So dope, se empina en hocico. Broke bitches can't afford my pito. For being broke, I need my cinos. Filling my cup till it's filling up. Blowing smoke and I'm flaving hard. Cash a flash and I'm touching down. Rose good, we gon' get that back. Poking bitch just she can't brag. Choosing up, then I'm snatching that. You hailing praise or you hailing broke. Let the hoochie in the cloud, I smoke like beggars and turning it up. They falling asleep, then I'm waking them up. Used to be stuck like Chuck. Smurf and the Mac, we pulling up. This way, let them know what's up. From Port to Vegas, we stacking bucks. Yeah, baby, you gon' let this cut. Yeah, baby, you gon' slap this cut. Yeah, baby, you gon' slap this cut. This way, let them know what's up. Yeah, baby, you gon' slap my cut. Yeah, baby, you gon' slap my cut.
Only a true hustler. Turn nothing into something. I'm really real, you bluff. I'm really outside her. All I know is do me, running for the cheese, never get enough. Send a bitch to Kentucky. All I do is count mine. Nigga, fuck being broke. Nigga, fuck being broke. I'ma get it out of town. Half a pound for the load. Nigga, fuck being broke. Nigga, fuck being broke. If she wanna be with me, then she gotta give me dough.
Came back 10 bands. She took trap for her mans. She a gritter for the team. He a hitter to sell them scenes. Players taking them flights. Front row at them fights. Las Vegas, them lights. Nigga real sitting nice. That jazz, she only eat rice. I'm the only nigga I know beat life. Resurrection, that beat twice. Being boasting in them stars. Pop pills and Zanny bars. Real niggas don't shoot up cars. Them hoes we always charge. I'm from Pluto, cause we ain't from Mars.
Only a true hustler. Turn nothing into something. I'm really real, you bluff. I'm really outside her. All I know is do me, running for the cheese, never get enough. Send a bitch to Kentucky. All I do is count mine. Nigga, fuck being broke. Nigga, fuck being broke. I'ma get it out of town. Half a pound for the load. Nigga, fuck being broke. Nigga, fuck being broke. If she wanna be with me, then she gotta give me dough.
I grew out this, black wings, so ferocious.